I got this Larry Bird autograph card for about 20 bucks. Let me tell you how. This may not be the most beautiful Larry Bird card you've ever seen, but to get a Larry Bird card for 20 bucks, any kind of autograph card of Larry Bird for that price, I think is amazing. I actually want to share with you the strategy I used to be able to do this, because I think there's other times, maybe not this card won't be something that you can get for this kind of price, but there are occasions when this strategy could actually be really beneficial. So basically what I was doing is I was bidding on redemption cards, Panini redemption cards, for really cheap for no-name players. You know, the kind of card that a lot of people wouldn't even bother because, you know, the cost of even just, you know, of getting the card shipped to them later or something wouldn't be worth it. But I was getting the cheapest I could possibly find. I would go on to redemption auctions. This was when I was in China. So I was doing it on the Chinese website, but I think it would work just as well on eBay. I would bid a really low price for a bunch of different redemption cards, and I ended up winning a few of these auctions for cards that honestly probably wouldn't have been worth more than just a couple of bucks. But what I would do is I would get those, I would redeem them for points, and then I did that with enough of them where I started to build up a little pile of points. And at first I was thinking, okay, maybe what I'll do is I'll just kind of see which points I might be able to use, I'll get something. But then eventually I was like, wait a second, I should hold on to these and wait for a moment when there's something unique, something special that's released onto the Panini Rewards page that is something I would really want that I could get for this kind of consolidated points. So that's what I did with this card. You know, this was actually, it was amazing. It was only 900 points, which honestly is extremely low for a Larry Bird auto. Usually a decent, you know, 900 points would only get you like a mid-tier kind of player. You know, you can get stuff for as low as 50 points if it's just a nobody player, but the good players are usually a lot. Even the other Larry Bird autos that weren't this particular variation, but were like slightly rarer variations, were maybe, I don't remember exactly, but I want to say maybe 10,000 points or 7,000 points. I can't remember exactly, but it was significantly higher. But this one was labeled as 900 points. Now, when I was like, oh my gosh, like I had 1,100 points in my account, and I was like, I can get that one. That I'm going for that one for sure. And I knew, like I saw in an email that they were gonna open it at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and it was gonna be open. So I got myself ready. I woke up nice and early, made sure I was awake, because I had tried this once before when there was a Dwayne Wade auto, but I got in like a few minutes late, and everything was already out of stock, even just like 3 or 4 minutes later. So this time I got on a few minutes early. I got on both my phone and my computer just to make sure there was, you know, no technical problems. And I went in and I got ready. You know, I just stood at that thing. It's 2 minutes remaining until it's time to bid for this card, until you can buy this card. And I was 1 minute and a half, 1 minute, and I was just waiting there with my finger trigger ready on the mouse button. And as soon as the time hit, I was pressing refresh like for the, you know, a minute beforehand just to make sure I wasn't on any kind of delay. And as soon as it hit, it was like, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. The first time I added to cart, a message popped up and it said, server is busy, please try again later. So I figure, you know, there's probably hundreds, thousands of other people doing exactly what I'm doing right now. So I'm just like, add to cart, 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 add. Keeps giving me that pop-up message, but I keep pressing add to cart over and over and over again. I do this, I don't know how many times I must have pressed that add to cart button. It must have been at least 50 times, and then some at one point along the journey, the 50th time, let's say, boom, goes to my cart. And then even at that point, I don't even know, like, could somebody else process, and if they process theirs before I finish processing mine. So I'm even like, originally I was thinking, okay, I still have 200 points, maybe I can throw in some other stuff, but I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Just buy now, you know, make sure everything's correct, and buy now. I paid like $9 in shipping, and it's like, okay, do it, done, got it. And I got it. And for those 900 points that I used to get that card, you know, it only cost me, like, it was a bunch of redemptions that I paid, maybe like, let's see, I think I got 150 points usually is the minimum that you'll get for redemption. So it must have been like, what, 1, 2, 6 of those, and I got them each for like $3 to $5. So maybe if I say $20, it was a little bit more, because it was, let's say, 6 of them at like, let's say $5. So maybe that's $30 plus so maybe even $40, somewhere between $25 and $40, including the shipping, for this. So, but for $25 to $40 to pick up a Larry Bird autograph card, well worth it. And it's just a good strategy, potentially a good strategy if you see, you know, budget oriented, like really no-name players on these redemption cards. Now, I don't know how long this is a good idea, just because Panini You know, the redemption point system is still going and everything's still okay for now, but who knows what their future is. It's a little risky. But on the other hand, that kind of does mean too that there's probably less people who are going to be buying the no-name redemption cards from Panini because they're worried. You know, they're worried about what's going to happen with Panini in another couple of years, if they're actually going to honor these sorts of things, or you know, if it's just going to end up being some like really lame kind of thing that they end up doing. Who knows what they're going to do long term once they lose their licenses. That's what people are worried, but at the same time, that also probably lowers the demand for this. So it might even be that these no-name players cards, redemption cards, are cheaper than they would normally be. So it might be worth it to go and experiment with this if you happen to find good deals for this sort of thing. So anyway, that's all. I wanted to share that story today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.